Online dating can be hard to navigate, and it's important to keep yourself safe from catfishing and romance scams. We're joined now by Bokma and Amit Karia from chapter2dating.com with more. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I understand you have a bit of experience with dating apps yourself.
Yes, we were both in long-term marriages that ended, and we were both introduced to online dating. We're extroverts, so it came a little easier, but we learned a lot of tips and tricks, and we put that together into a workshop and our website.
Yeah, we met on Tinder 2.5 years ago after both dating for a couple years.
Yeah, and haven't looked back since.
Absolutely.
No, it's been great. And
Yeah.
now we're offering advice to other people because we were successful. And, you know, it's pretty scary out there, right?
Yeah.
For people who are coming at this later in life, especially, and they haven't been dating for decades maybe.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of fear because you have, Tinder swindler, you have catfishing, all these terms. So what we try to do is demystify and sort of give people tips to protect themselves.
Yeah, can we go into Tinder swindler, catfishing? What are some of these really common romance scams that you're seeing?
Well, the most common is that someone's going to connect with you online and try to be your friend through texting. All they want to do is text back and forth. They don't want to meet in person. And then eventually they ask you for money. And you feel like you know them. So you say, oh, I know them. Why don't I just send them? They've just asked for a few $100s. And all they're doing is setting you up. So again, you don't want to send money ever. It's easy to say, but people still do it. We both know people who've sent money.
Yeah, and the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre reports that $60 million in romance scams in Canada. So that's a lot of men and a lot of women who get taken, and there's things that you can do to avoid it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. What do you look out for on profiles?
Well, one of the things is pictures. You want to make sure that they don't look too professional. If the person looks like a model, most likely it's just a made-up picture.
Yeah. And
so right away, they're trying to fish you. They're trying to see if you're going to respond to a nice picture. And I've seen pictures of Brad Pitt lookalikes, and I said that can't be right. So again with women, we know men are looking for certain things, so they're going to show pictures in bikinis and things. Again, these are all fake. They're trying to get you, interested.
And also, anyone who lives more than like an hour away from you, why are they connecting with you? Most people want to date someone who lives close to them.
Right.
If they live an hour away, that is a red flag, especially if they live in another country. And a lot of people are scammed by people who say they're overseas and so on.
On an oil rig.
On an oil rig.
How many people are, so a lot of oil workers.
Do you see this frequently?
It does happen. They'll say, you'll say, I want to talk. Oh, I'd love to talk to you, but I'm on an oil rig.
Yeah.
And there's no reception. So next time I'm on, sure, we'll connect. And the person's like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're just giving you some answer, but you always have to be almost a little bit of a detective.
Yeah.
To say, does this make sense?
That's right. And we've coached hundreds of women in our online workshops for women over 50. And a lot of them are really fearful about going online because maybe they've been married for many years, they haven't dated in decades.
Right.
And the fear barrier needs to be overcome so that you can feel more confident because online dating is the #1 way to meet people.
Correct.
So we really try to alleviate their fears. Another thing is...
well, you're getting off the site.
Getting off the site.
Is the site is there, but you should really plan to meet the person as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And things like video calling, does that play in there as well?
Yeah, I think now we have technology, and so why not? I used to have a process where I would talk to them, by text or on the site, and then I would do a video call, maybe a phone call, the old traditional phone call, and that way I could use my voice.
Yep.
And sometimes the British accent would help. So anything to sort of see if the person is real.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do.
And it's so important to get to the first date as soon as possible. Sometimes people fall in love with someone that they're texting. They're telling you everything you want to hear. They're flattering you. And you become vulnerable and you might give them money. So really getting to the first date within a week or two is imperative. If someone doesn't want to meet you in that time frame, move on. There's always another person around the corner.
We just have a few seconds left. Actually, where can we find your info?
Chapter2dating.com, and we also have a workshop coming up.
On November 22nd.
Right.
And it's 2 hours. It's $100. We have a group of women online over 50, and we're really happy to share the information we've learned.
Wonderful. We'll have more Morning Live for you coming up right after this.
Great.